Good morning, Westfield Middle School. Today is Wednesday, September 9th, 2020. I am Ada.
And I am Aiden, and here are your announcements.
Hello, Westfield Middle School. This is Valerie Love, one of your assistant principals.
Hi, I'm Molly Tramba, your other assistant principal.
And we're going to spend some time today going over the student handbook. The first thing we want to make sure you know is where to find the handbook. So if you're on the Westfield Middle School website, under students, it's the very first thing listed. We update the student handbook every year. So every year the link will be on here for the current student handbook. Another place you can find our student handbook is on Canvas. On all your teachers' Canvas pages, on the left-hand side is the WMS Handbook. And you click that and it'll take you to the link as well. When you open the link, it'll have information at the beginning, obviously an index. And then as we go through it, Mrs. Trambot and I are going to point out some important things we want to make sure you know.
So on page 13, there's the cell phone guidelines. Okay, the expectation here at WMS is that cell phones are not used during the school day. That includes hallways, passing periods, cafeteria, in classrooms. Your phone should be put away and not on. First offense, the teachers will ask you to put your phone away. If it continues, the phone can be confiscated by the teacher and you can pick it up at the end of the school day. And if it continues, it can turn into where the parent will have to come and pick up the phone. So please help in making sure that you have your phone put away and that it's not being used during the school day. The other piece, cell phones, as well as anything with a camera device. So that's also your Chromebooks. Okay, we ask that there are no pictures, no videos being taken during the school day unless specifically given permission by a teacher to do so. Now, with cell phones and camera devices, those are by no means allowed to be used in a restroom, in a locker rooms. So do not bring your phones or take them out during that time.
Every student in our building is assigned a locker. Your locker is for you only. Do not share your locker with any other student. You want to make sure everything in your locker is yours and yours alone. Technology. Everyone in this building has been provided a school-issued Chromebook, meaning that the Chromebook belongs to the school. If it is damaged, you are responsible for the repairs. So we ask that everybody take care of your Chromebook, put it in a case. Yes, you need to bring it to school every day, so make sure you have a safe way to bring it to and from school.
Okay, and then starting on page 19 is information in regards to medication here at school. If you are needing to take medication while here at school, that should be given to the nurse, okay, in the containers. That includes even over-the-counter medicine, Tylenol, Advil, anything like that. Still has to be given to the nurse and the nurse giving it to you at the clinic. None of that should be stored in your locker or in your possession while you are here at school.
Starting on page 29, we list our expectations for our building. So these are the expectations that teachers have spent the last few weeks going over with you in class. We also have expectations for the cafeteria, expectations for our hallway, our bus, and then school-wide what we expect from all our Westfield Middle School students. So those are listed on page 2930. It continues on to consequences when expectations are not met. On page 35, we have our anti-bullying policy. Bullying is prohibited by Westfield Washington schools. Students who commit any acts of bullying are subject to discipline, including but not limited to suspension, expulsion, arrest, and/or prosecution. On page 37 is our drug and alcohol policy.
On page 38 is the list for the grounds for suspension or expulsion. So based off of the WMS conduct and expectations, These will list out if certain infractions occur, what could happen in terms of suspension or expulsions here at WMS.
On page 40 is our non-discrimination and anti-harassment policy. Westfield Washington Schools does not discriminate on the basis of a protected class, including but not limited to race, color, religion, gender, national origin, age, disability, ancestry, or sex in its programs or activities. Westfield Washington Schools strictly adheres to all non-discrimination and anti-harassment laws and does not tolerate acts of harassment.
Okay, at the bottom of page 40, and it goes on to page 41, is bus behavior and bus expectations. Okay, the bus is still considered part of the school day, so WMS expectations are still expected, and discipline can occur if behavior is not up to par.
On page 42 begins the Athletic Handbook. If you participate in athletics here at Westfield Middle School, you do have a separate handbook as well as the student handbook of expectations that have to be followed. One last reminder of where you can find the student handbook. It is on our main website under students. Also on our main website is our anonymous reporting. Our tips hotline is where you can report any incident that occurs at school that you would like to report anonymously or reporting it after hours. It is not for emergencies, but it is to make sure that you're reporting any incident. On Canvas, tips is also listed. You have the WMS handbook, and tips is listed here as well.
As you take time to review and look through the student handbook on your own, go ahead. If you have any questions, feel free to ask Mrs. Love or myself, Mrs. Trambaugh, if you guys see us in the hallway, or you can always message us in Canvas if you guys have any questions.
Thank you.
We have a limited number of WMS yearbooks from last year to sell. They will be for sale only during 8th grade lunches starting on Thursday, September 10th and Friday, September 11th. The cost at this time is $57 cash or check only. Students should bring this money with them during their lunch starting on the 10th and 11th. Yearbooks will be sold on the first come, first served basis. An even number is reserved for the hybrid day lunch schedule. Students must be one to purchase and pick up the yearbook during their lunch. Parents may not come in ahead of time to purchase a book.
Wildlife is back this Saturday. Our first club of the year will be at Pictures from 12:30 to 2. The address is 24 East 191st Street. We will be outside, but please still bring a mask. See Professor Smith in room East 204 with any questions.
Congrats to the 8th grade volleyball A team as they defeated Creekside in 2 sets on Thursday, 25-18 and 25-20. Tori Fanter led the Rocks with 4 kills and constant passing and defense all night. Izzy Jackson and Claire Note also contributed in the win with their pinpoint setting and hustle. The Rocks are now 6-0 on the season.
All students have been invited to our Class of 2025 and Class of 2026 Canvas pages. There we have virtual offices with tons of great interactive links and resources, as well as a form for students to complete to contact us.
That's all of our announcements. It's a great day to be a Shamrock.